What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King Tyson, and I'm back. Before we to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe as you always. Watch the full video, y'all.
This new evidence in his Nolan Walls murder is probably the biggest piece of confirmation that something really bad happened to Nolan. So Warren, who's one of Nolan Walls' supposed friends who rode out to Horn Island with him, he did an interview, and during this interview, he revealed something that kind of lines up everything else that we've heard since then. Now,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Seeing some of the clips, this thing was not a friend, bro. Like you could just tell, you could tell by some of the shit that he says, y'all wasn't real friends because nigga, like if the mom says she don't really know you like that, that says a lot. That says a lot. Like if somebody that you went to middle school with, or you met in middle school, y'all are best friends. Nigga, his mom should be your mom. Like, it should be she didn't drop him off to your house. She didn't drop y'all off somewhere. Because hey, especially when y'all teenagers, y'all gotta use the mom in order for y'all to get anywhere. Nigga, y'all ain't got no car. I think most people don't. Mind you, they are privileged. The white guy and the black kid, so they are privileged. So therefore, hey Mike, you know you can get a what is it called damn, the driver's permit is like 16, and then a year later you get.
he says is a direct contradiction to everything they want us to believe about Nolan Wells.
No, and Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat, get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. It's not like we just left him there, or my friends just left him there. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island after
That right there. It's not like my friends. Y'all are all friends. What are you talking about? You should your statement should have been like, and like we made a decision to leave him because y'all are all friends. But him say I didn't. My friends didn't make. So it's like they was talking to him. You wasn't. You wasn't even the one talking to him. So how your friend could have lied to you and said I told him this, but he really didn't tell him nothing.
my friends asked him multiple times and told him to get on the boat, and he decided to stay.
And I heard the girl that he was with, Katie, had text somebody that she heard people yelling
Correct.
for Nolan to get on it. Is that true?
And I have a picture of that. She texted my buddy, and the next day everybody was panicking, and everybody's texting Katie, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, this is the last time I saw him, he's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat.
They're telling this story as if, by the way, it confirms their story. It's actually the contrary. Now, he said this before the audio got released, and the audio is horrific. The audio confirms to me something really.
My thing is this. How does he said it was 3 boats, probably total like 20, 30 people, or 20 people, whatever. And then plus all the other people that are on the island. Nigga, you can say 100 people, right? You can say 100 people. How does 100 people be on the island and one person end up unalive and nobody knows what happened? That's the part that makes no sense.
Really bad happened to Nolan. But he said this as if this is a confirmation and not a debunking or contrary to his story. If you're saying, hey, we left Nolan on an island, we don't know what happened to him, and our proof of this is we see Nolan cradle up with Katie in his arms, and we was calling Nolan over to get on the boat, and Nolan said he's staying, and Katie can confirm this, and then Katie says, according to you guys, Katie confirmed to you guys the last time she seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over. Well, she wouldn't say that if Nolan stayed. If the last time Katie seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over, that would imply that he went over to you guys. Katie even told the family that Nolan told her he was riding home with his friends and he had to go. Your very story confirms exactly what we suspected, which is Nolan went on that boat.
Oh God, especially if you're saying Katie can confirm this, but she said, "Hey, yeah, I can confirm that me and him talked, but I can also confirm that he said he was leaving with y'all." And again, the phone situation, like the biggest thing that ties them still to Nolan is that one, this is y'all friend. Two, who leaves the friend behind and then takes their phone. 30 people, 3 boats, one breaking down. Why everybody gotta leave?
Now, y'all called Nolan over at 3 p.m. Y'all was still on the island for an hour and 30 trying to figure out that boat situation. So we don't know what took place in that hour and 30. But clearly something is not sitting right. And this audio made me lose sleep last night, man.
I ain't gonna lie, for me personally, I don't think it happened on the island because it's like, especially it's not like a item where it's I mean at least based on video and footage or whatever. It's not like an item where it's bushes and trees and hills. You gotta like you're on this part and then you can go over a little hill and go down the hill and be in a cut and then it's another part of the little island. It ain't like that. It's a flat little island. It ain't little, but it's flat. Everybody can there. Based on footage, I ain't been there, but based on footage, everybody can see each other. So how did something happen and nobody knows? I don't think it happened on Ireland though. I think that photo because I did see a video on TikTok of I guess um the friend that's right here in this video saying that was Nolan, that's him with his arm around him, and they was all drinking. So therefore, if y'all at that party, one, if y'all drinking, somebody's going to jail because nigga, y'all are all underage. Nobody 21. So y'all all somebody's going to jail for that. And then it's like, all right, if y'all went to that party, something happened there when they did the autopsy. Did they figure out what type of water was in his lungs or whatever? Like that'll tell you something right there. Whether it's lake or beach water versus it's chlorine water. They should be able to tell that.
Now, the audio is of the 911, well, not 911 call, but of the emergency call that Wyatt made to the boat operators or to some type of subscription that help people who were stranded on boats. So Wyatt made a call and the operator picks up, and my God, you start to hear something very dark and grim from the beginning.
Connected. Connected.
I heard that word. The first part I didn't hear. I didn't hear. I heard this part I didn't hear. But I heard her say this part. But the other shit I didn't hear. Yeah, I heard her say, "Is he dead?" I heard her say that. The other part I didn't hear though.
They don't realize the AI operator.
No.
They don't realize the AI operator.
Nah, it does say sure he's dead. Nah, I don't know if she said that. Because they're thinking that she said, "Are you sure he's dead?" But it don't sound like that. It does like, "Are you sure something?" But it's the last part that don't sound like dead.
They don't realize the AI operator already started recording because they believe they're waiting for somebody to pick up. They believe they're on hold waiting for a human person to come and assist them. So they're talking freely, waiting for this human. The AI operator is recording everything. So that's where you hear, "He's dead. Oh my God, he's dead."
Connected.
Like that one I hear clear as day. Like I hear that clear as day. She like, "He's dead?" I hear that clear as day. But the other part, I don't hear that. See, I don't.
Cito assistance, Vicky speaking.
Oh God, I do hear old Nolan.
Cito assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey,
They were not aware that was already being recorded. So they get to speaking freely. The operator picks up now. Everything changes.
Hey,
Everything changes. So they're panicking. Oh my God, no. Hey, operator. Everybody on mute. But they still let a couple things slip through. Now, what proceeds to follow is one of the strangest calls I've ever seen in life. This is one of the strangest calls I've ever witnessed in life. You've never seen anything stranger than this before.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
He did. Somebody did say, "Wake the fuck up."
Membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey,
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number?
She asked you how far is the water coming up. I don't know, nigga. It's above this. It's above that. Like you're on the boat. This sound like he was drunk. He was drunk. It's like, nigga, how you don't know? You're literally looking at the water right there. It's above. I don't know, above the engine. Something.
Phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed.
They said I thought he was on something.
I don't
All
have
right,
the tag on
unless you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right, and is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
Somebody says, I thought he was, and then it just like drowns out. So we don't know what that means. I could have 20,000 different theories.
Now the thing about it though, if the FBI is getting involved in this, they got vocal. I think it's vocal. Basically, they got a system that can break apart that whole audio thing. They can separate all the background noise or the front noise, like the nigga on the phone, and focus on the back. So yeah, who's ever talking, yeah, that shit's going to come out. That's how I don't see, like, nigga, how did day one the sheriff talking about something no foul play? What are you talking about? What investigation did you do? Like, cause it's a lot. It seemed like again, don't know who did it, don't know exactly what happened, but something happened.
Y'all leave me at 3. What do you think that meant? This is where it starts to get really strange. The operator begins to ask very direct questions, and they begin to act like they don't know what she's saying. They begin to half answer questions that are very convenient. Like, for example, she says, yo, is everybody on the boat and in good health? He says, yeah, everybody on the boat. Okay, what about the good health part? But that's not even the strangest part. It's about to get really, really weird.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
These aren't even the weird parts I'm talking about. You're going to hear the weird parts shortly. But even with...
All right.
These aren't even the weird...
Coast Guard.
No, we do not need that.
All right.
On God, he said check his chest. I don't put that on God, but That's how it sounds exactly like check his chest.
These aren't even the weird parts I'm talking about. You're gonna
And
hear
if you're sinking, why, nigga? I don't care who come get me. Send somebody. I don't care if it's you, man. Somebody come do something. We're sinking. I don't care who it is. He said, no, don't send them.
the weird part shortly. But even with this, somebody's saying check his chest after we heard somebody says, yo, he's dead. Nolan, oh my God, Nolan, check his chest. The lady says, y'all want the Coast Guard? No, absolutely no. That was the most hard, no Coast Guard. Why don't you want the Coast Guard out? And you're about to hear, like, the people that they wanted to come out, they're unavailable. So the next best people are the Coast Guards. But they must rather drown than to have the Coast Guards come out. Because the people they want to come out don't really have authority in anything. The Coast Guards are damn near law enforcement. The Coast Guards will come out and get to investigate and get to prowling around. No, why don't you want the Coast Guards out? If the people who are supposed to assist you can't even come out. But at the end, you get to hear they called for no reason. Right? Because his grandfather would admit, hey, we don't need help anymore. Sorry. So they wasted about 14 or 15 minutes on that phone call, I think, trying to establish an alibi, because towards the end of the phone call, after they were begging for help, the grandfather says, oh no, they don't need help. Don't send nobody.
All right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs or Fort Bayou launch.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
You're about to hear an answer to that question that will make your mouth drop on the floor. It will literally make your mouth drop on the floor. Because, hold on. You answered the children question very quickly. How many adults and children? No children. Okay, how many adults? They begin to hesitate. They begin to panic. They're panicking so much, he says something just absolutely stupid. But I don't think this kid is dumb. I feel like what he said is out of sheer panic because he didn't want to share the real number.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, Florence. Drop it off. Hey, Florence. Drop it off.
Hello, can you hear me?
It did sound like somebody said drop in the water.
Mind you, it's not a service issue because we can hear everybody else in the background. So it's not a service issue. Oh no, he hears exactly what she said. How many adults on board? He doesn't say nothing for a while, and then he responds back with the dumbest possible answer.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Hey, Florence. Drop it off.
Hello, can you hear me?
Kind of jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Take it. This it's wig nigga. You are sinking. But it's like you're completely preoccupied by what's going on around you, other than y'all sinking. Because if it was strictly just you sinking, you'd be focused on this phone call to get them there to get you some help. But you're not. You're focused on other things.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
There's not a person in America.
Nigga, if you're over 18, you're an adult. You're legally an adult. What are you talking about? That nigga said, no, nobody's here is over 21. So you gotta be 21 to be an adult?
there's not a person in America, probably not a person on planet Earth, who don't know what an adult is. An adult is anybody over the age of 18 in America. Simple. That's what an adult is. So the fact that she asked you, how many adults on board? Oh no, there's nobody over the age of 21 on board. That's because you are avoiding and refusing. You don't want to answer the question, bruh. You don't want to.
I don't think it was the fact that he didn't want to answer. It's just the fact that he's preoccupied by what's going on around him that he's giving dumb answers. It's like, how can I put it? Like, all right, like basically you're trying to do anything but you're distracted. You can't focus on what you're supposed to be doing. Therefore, you're fucking you're. It's like, all right, fellas, y'all know, even though this is a completely off thing, but being on the game, you're playing the game, you're trying to focus. It's fourth quarter. Nigga, it's like nigga 6 minutes left. Nigga, you got like nigga, y'all are bending neck and neck. This probably like, game is probably 105, nigga, to 108. You trying to go in, you trying to stay occupied, stay locked in, but your girl is only talking to you. You can't focus on the game because you're preoccupied with what she's saying. This is what's happening right here. He said him focusing on phone call. He's preoccupied by what's going on around him when you're trying to make a call to save y'all life. But obviously, the other thing is what y'all are doing is way more important.
Answer the question. Because Nolan is what, 19? Everybody on board is like 18, 19. So you are doing everything in your power to not answer the question. Looks like your girl asking you, hey, bro, did you go out last night and cheat? Man, I went out last night. Well, did you cheat? I ain't cheat on my diet all week. Huh? Wait, what? That's not right. No, you're answering this question being deceptive. It's really that simple. And I'm looking at this like, yo, why is it whenever something comes out, it's always something sketchy with it? Now, I understand if we're just being super analytical,
I ain't lie, that conversation should have been flagged. Like you know how if you talk to police officers and if your story is not lining up, they got some type of suspicion because again, the story they're asking you something and you're not giving the real direct answer. Your story is not lining up, so therefore that make them like, hold on, like something's off with you. What are you hiding? What are you doing? What's your name? Where's your ID? They started doing something like that because your story ain't lining up. That was she should have did.
But looking into it, but even the person who's like completely in the middle and neutral and not biased, can you hear this call and tell me this is a normal call? Can you hear this call and tell me people are not being deceptive in this call? Can you hear this call and tell me this is how normal people answer questions? How many adults on board? None. Huh? What? Whoa, nobody on board? Nobody over 21 on board? Can you just answer the question they're asking?
I think the answer was coming out of that because he was nervous and intoxicated.
Oh, but it gets worse. It gets worse.
Adults on board.
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is
Like,
there
what?
a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
Bro, you heard what she said, bruh. And you can.
What's being dragged? I don't think it was a body because the body wouldn't make that type of sound. But something is being dragged. And it's like, how is something being dragged when y'all niggas are sinking? Like something was for sure being dragged across the boat floor. It's like, what is that? It's not like something connected to a chain or something. They got like a little latch on it, something.
And respond, you heard it. And it's not like the service went out. No, because we're hearing the background. If we can hear the background, then you can hear her. If we can hear the background, then we could have heard you. So you're not saying anything.
Again, he's being preoccupied. He's on the phone like this. That's what he's doing. Huh? Hello? Hello? That's what he's doing.
Heard her, bruh. The question caught him off guard. Is there any living person on board? He probably felt like, yo, next question did about to ask is there any dead person on board? So that question caught them off guard. And I'm sitting back like, yo, what went on? Because
sorry to keep pausing, y'all. Sorry to keep pausing. But people, always remember this. If it's truly an accident, it's an accident. Is it possible somebody still might go to jail? Yes. But you lying and trying to make up story, trying to cover shit up is gonna make it worse, and somebody's for sure going to jail, and it's not gonna be a short time no more. Just say it was accidental. It was an accidental thing. Everybody fucked up. It was completely an accident. Nobody y'all tried to save them. Y'all called police. Y'all did all the steps being right. Let's say they give a nigga manslaughter, right? You still might that's still a charge you don't want, but that's better than you getting manslaughter, um, um, tampering with evidence, desecration of a body, like all these other charges on top of that, nigga, you gonna end up doing from probably 6 to 10 years or 6 to 15 to nigga now you're finna do 15 to 30 because you're adding on shit because you don't want to do the proper thing. If you and your friend are out somewhere, something happens to your friend, whether y'all got into a fight and you hit him, whatever, it was still an accident. You didn't mean for this to happen. You still try to save the nigga. So therefore, hopefully, again, you might anything is better than you doing life. Always remember that, trust me, I've been in jail. Nobody wants to go to jail, but anything is better than doing life. So again, if it's truly an accident, just call the police. Just call the police. Especially with them having one friend who's a judge, nigga. Like, come on, bro. You know you weren't finna do that much time. But now, since y'all doing all this, if it come out to be that y'all did do something, she's helped y'all try to cover this up. Everybody's going more than likely going to jail. She's going to jail for helping y'all. Y'all going to jail for doing what y'all did, and then y'all tapping with evidence. Cause y'all moved his body.
we heard from multiple people. From multiple people we heard from. There was a fight of some sort. Now, they're all claiming Nolan was not a part of this fight, but they all said the fight is why they wanted to leave in a hurry. They began to pack up and leave. They said immediately after the fight is what made them want to leave. I don't believe that fight did not involve Nolan, man. I'm telling you guys right now, I just don't believe it, bro. Now, if a fight occurred on the boat, wouldn't that be the reason why the pump is destroyed? That's just my theory. I don't know.
Cause wouldn't that be covered up?
But we don't have the answers. We are not the ones that was there. All we can say is something isn't adding up, and we need answers. Now, he eventually gives a head count, and he says 7.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore.
He's faded. How you can't say this?
Sea flight hull.
All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24 footer, but that's all he can give me.
He said 22. What the hell you get 24?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that yeah, Jerry. Yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back.
So what was the purpose of them? What was the purpose of them calling then? If they're in the middle of an active emergency, the grandfather is not on the island. The grandfather is not there.
They probably called him and told him what's truly happening. And he was like, no, hang that shit up.
Told the grandfather what's going on. The grandfather says, man, y'all better not bring any authorities over there. So then what was the purpose of this call? Why were they on the phone for so long, quote unquote, asking for help, but not answering any questions to get them help? But the grandfather is talking to the actual people, and they said, man, like they don't need help, bro. Like, you good. That's not strange to y'all?
Oh, God. Nigga, especially talking we in 31 feet of water.
You don't want the answers to that? See, they've done multiple interviews, and they've answered every question in the book about Nolan's race, about the parents, about Benjamin Crump, but they don't answer the pivotal question, which is, why is everything so sketchy and sus and strange when it comes to you guys? Why can't y'all just give us straight up answers? Y'all ain't answering questions about this, though, but y'all gonna answer questions about, well, did you know Nolan Walsh was 25% Asian? What does that matter? Y'all let me know in the comments.
Yeah, I want to know how or what's going to be their response for this, because that looks horrible, and I truly hope that video that's circulating, it's like a video of a fight. I truly hope that that's not Nolan, because it's crazy how people are putting out all these videos. Like it's a video of a fight, and it's a bunch of white kids, one black kid, and he's getting tossed around like a rag doll. Like literally, they putting him on their shoulder, throwing him, like all type of shit, bro. Like I truly hope that is not him. Make sure y'all like and subscribe.